皆さん、こんにちは。けみです。Hi. And we have to say hello, everyone. This is Kemi. And
Ted?
Yes, this is Ted.
Yes.
Okay. So, 今日は、これから、夜の11時ぐらいまで、祈りの声。はい。So, today, so we're going to talk Japan time. So, from 2:30 Japan time to 11 p.m. Japan time, we are going to do a series of interviews and some prayers. And it is called, oh no, it doesn't say here. Okay. It's Voices of Prayers. Yes. Okay. So, I would, そうだね。これで日本語で話さなきゃね。で、今日は、こんにちは。ね。Yes, we have, hello. そうね。直子さんがこんにちはって言ってくださっています。Hello. Okay. で、流れとしてはとてもカジュアルに、そして、いろんな方、祈りについて、今日はお話を聞いていこうという一日となり、そして、それぞれの祈りを、お聞かせていただきながら、さらに誘導をしていただくっていう、突然、思いついたわけではないけれども、突然開催するという一日のイベントとなっています。で、実はこれね、突然開催した理由があるんです。で、その理由は、実は、インタビューをする方々に、考えて答えていただくというよりかは、本当に普段から思ってね、らっしゃることとか、なんか本質的なその部分のお話が聞きたいなと思って、それで、なんかテル消えかかってるんだけど大丈夫？
動くと消えるからね、動かないようにしてます。
なんで私は人肌色やのに、テルちゃんなんかテル you're disappearing! どうしてだろう？もうちょっとこっち来たら消えちゃった。OK。まあでもね、テルは、実はちょっとバックでお手伝いしてくれるので、一番最初のご挨拶だけね、来てくれたんだよね。Yes, so Teru just came to say hi. And so today we're going to have a series of interviews. And we wanted to make this casual. And we also wanted to actually see the authentic side of all the presenters of our interviews and also sort of have a peek of their prayers and have a guided prayer from all the people who are joining and going to be sharing their thoughts about prayers. Okay, so our first guest is 最初のゲストです。さあ、ここから、日本語です。So, もう一個だけ言っとかなきゃいけない。日本語のインタビューは日本語で、後で英語のキャプションが入ります。英語のインタビューは英語のままで、後で日本語のキャプションが入ります。So, the English interviews, we're going to go keep it English, but later on, I am going to put Japanese caption. And for the Japanese interviews, you're going to see English caption later on in the recordings, which will be added on YouTube. Okay, それでは、so we're going to start from Japanese because I are going to speak in Japanese. Okay, じゃあ今から愛ちゃんとの、インタビューを始めたいと思います。じゃあ愛ちゃん呼びます。じゃあテルありがとうね。はいはい。あ、こっちに来ると消えちゃうのかもしれない。
ね。真ん中に戻った方が良かったかもしれない。
はい、OK です。はい。じゃあ今日の最初のゲストは愛ちゃんです。イエーイ。
こんにちは。
お願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
実は今日は1時間ぐらい前から2人で
実際間違えました。
はい、ひょんな打ち合わせ。でもね、実は時間を間違えた方は愛ちゃんだけじゃないという、やっぱり急だったからかもしれないんですけど、今日の一番最後にお話しいただく方は1日早くいらしてくださったんで、それだけじゃないんですよ。もうそれだけみんな、やっぱりこの祈りっていう言葉に反応してくださって、もう あえて急に声かけてみたんですよね。どれだけの方が答えてくださるかなって。トータル14名の方に答えていただいて、でももう、9人がパッて決まってしまったんで、実は、すぐに枠が埋まってしまいました。なのでです。そうなんですよ。で、これ1回シリーズじゃなくて、続けて何度もこう皆さんの、祈りというテーマじゃなくて、もしかすると次回は愛かもしれないし、何か違うテーマでまた皆さんにインタビューしていきたいと思っています。もちろん1回じゃなくて何回も同じ方に出ていくこともあると思いますね。はい。で、そうね。愛ちゃんには私がねって。そう。で、ですね。じゃあ一番最初の愛ちゃん。まず愛ちゃん自己紹介をちょっとだけでいいのでお願いしてもいいですか？知らない方もいらっしゃると思うのでお願いします。
ですね。はじめましての皆さん、こんにちは。湯浅グリーン愛です。モンタナにザ・ヌック・アット・ビッグフォーク・ベイっていうサウンドヒーリングセンターを持っていて、いろんなところでリトリートなんかでね、サウンドヒーリングやったりだとか、あとは、バイブルアコースティックセッションって言って、やっぱりサウンドベッドだとか、音叉を使ったセッションだとか、もちろんね、シータヒーリングなど、いろいろなね、コラボレーション、あと栄養学とか、いろいろ混ぜてセッションしてるんですけれども、あと、シータヒーリングでは通訳なんかもね、やらせてもらって、それが、その前から明美さん知ってるけれども、そこでもっとつながれたっていうところもありますよね。
そうで、愛ちゃんはなぜ湯浅グリーンなんですか？
私は、もともと旧姓が湯浅で、旦那の旧姓がグリーン。でも、アイグリーンだとちょっと文法が間違ってる人みたいになっちゃうじゃないですか。
そっか、それで湯浅グリーンになったんですね。
一つの条件は、夫と、同じ名字を、になりたいっていうのが結婚したら。うん。で、それで、アンドリュー・ユアサっていうのもなんだし、で、グリーンがグリーンだけにグリーン・ユアサにしても、緑の湯浅さんみたいになっちゃうから、湯浅グリーンしかオプションがなかったっていうだけの話なんです。
でもやっぱりそれもさ、音とトーンってさ、なんか語呂みたいなものじゃないね。リズムがあってみたいな。だからね、愛ちゃんのこだわりの中に、やっぱりそういう音とかさ、なんかあるんだよね、きっとねって今ね、聞いて思いましたよ。
そうかもしれない。そういうふうに名字のことは考えなかったけど。
ね、でも、なんかすごく大事な部分でもっともっとね、そのことも話聞きたいんですけど、今日は一応テーマに沿ってお話をしていきたいと思います。はい、で、それで実はいくつか質問をもうあらかじめ用意させていただいて、愛ちゃんにも送ってあったんだけど、気づいてない、方もいらっしゃいまして、お願いした方に。だから初めて質問聞きますっていう方も、ここから先出てくるんじゃないかなと思うんですけど、読んでない読んだ
結構いろんなメッセージがあって、決まったのも、正式に決まったのも、今日の今日じゃないですか。
そうだよね。時間も変えていただいてしまったんでね。はい。
でもね、答えで答えます。
はい。どうしてもね、愛ちゃんにオープニング一緒にしてもらいたくって、実は空きがあったところにピュッて愛ちゃんを前に持ってきて、実は人を入れ替えてしまったっていう私の強引な、判断があったんですけど、で、それは愛ちゃんのね、この今からのお話を聞いて、なぜかっていうのもわかるかと思います。で、まずですね、今この世界にどんな祈りを、持っていますか？最初の質問なんですけど。
なんかね、風通しが良くなってほしいなって思ってるの。
なるほど。
なんかね、隙間風が、なんか結構みんなキチキチだったりするでしょ？考えすぎちゃったりとか、いろんなことがすごい起こりすぎてたりとか、頑張りすぎてたりとか、情報がありすぎたりとか、もうギューってなってて、なんかそこのなんか動きようがないっていうか流れがなんかこう、がんじがらめになっちゃってるような、なんか意見でもそうだし、思考でもそうだし、感情でもそうだし、キーってなっちゃってるような、窮屈そうなところに、なんかふーっと隙間風が流れてほしいなって思うの。
なるほど、隙間風ね。素敵。なんかそよ風が吹いてそうで、 ね。
うん。
でも確かに最近みんなギチギチだね。
なんかポジティブにもネガティブにもすごいいろんなことがありすぎてとか、なんかこう、なんかいろんなことがありすぎて、それに抵抗しなきゃいけないとか、それかそれしすぎちゃって、もう無気力みたいになっちゃったりとか、疲れ果てちゃってね、とかなってるところに、なんか、ふーって息がつけるような、なんかそういうなんかそよ風が吹いてほしいなって思うんだよね。いろんな意味で。
素敵です。それでね、今、そのそよ風を、じゃあ、例えば持つとか、そのギチギチになっている感覚を、なくすために人類が思い出すといいことって何だと思いますか？
なんかね、聞ける姿勢。あの、聞くことって大切だし、あと、なんかほら、英語だとリスニングとヒアリングってあるじゃない？リスニングっていうのは本当に意思を向けて一生懸命っていうかしっかりもう、傾けてる感じ、聞きに行くっていう姿勢と、ヒアリングっていうのはただ単に聞こえてくるみたいな。なんか両方あると思うんだけど、でもなんかこのしっかりなんかまっすぐ聞く姿勢だとか、まっすぐ聞ける心の準備であったりとか、心のゆとりであったりだとか、で、ほら、昔だったら聞かないと生きられなかったでしょ？なんか音ってそういうもんだと思うんだけれども、なんか例えば森の中にいて、大きな動物が近くに来た時とかって、やっぱりちゃんと注意払ってて、音とか聞いてないと、なんか生存できないから、昔ってなんかもっとなんか原始的に一生懸命聞いてたっていうか、その時に集中して、なんか感覚研ぎ澄ませたりとかしてたんじゃないかなって思って、なんかそういう原始的な、なんかこれ、なんか危機感を感知するために聞くっていうのじゃないけれども、なんかもっと感覚研ぎ澄まさせて、で、ちゃんと起こってるものを真実として受け止めて、そのままなんかちゃんと聞こえる、なんかこう状態っていうのを取り戻せたらいいんじゃないかなって。さっき言ってたギチギチじゃないけど、情報ありすぎちゃって、もう聞こえないとか、無視しちゃうとか、なんかこう注意払ってないとか、なんかそういう時だから本当に聞きたいこととかを求めていく姿勢だとか、ちゃんと自分の内の声を聞けるとか、そういうコミュニケーションのなんか自分と周りとの関わり方とか、そういうのの中でしっかり聞くっていうこと、なんか、なーなーに聞いてたりとか、聞いてるつもりになってるだけじゃなくって、その人の意図は何なんだろうとか、その人の思いは何なんだろうとか、なんか、本当に聞けてるのかなっていう、なんかそういうところまで聞きに行く姿勢っていうのが持ってたらいいなって思います。
素敵だな。実はね、今、その話を聞いていて、今、この聞くっていうのが音が鳴っている状態の話をね、愛ちゃんがしてくれたんだけど、一度私、セッションに耳が聞こえないお嬢ちゃんがね、いらっしゃったことがあって、その時に彼女が音は感じてるって言った時のことをね、実は今思い出してて、なんかその感じるっていう感覚と聞こえるっていう、聞くっていう感覚が実は連動してて、なんか愛ちゃんの話を聞いてると、愛ちゃん一生懸命聞く話してくれてるんだけど、なんかその振動のシャワーを浴びてるような、それをなんか、なんだろう、自分にとって心地いいものを選びたいっていう、なんかそういうメッセージも同時に聞こえてきて、いや、素敵やなと思って、実は今、勝手に頭が働いてました。
そう、聞こえない音もあるじゃない聞こえない音も聞くっていうね。ね。なんかそういうのも感知できるくらいの繊細性っていうかを、なんか蘇らせたいっていうか、なんかあと、聞くとか感じるっていうことができる環境とかさ、そういうのも作りたいなって思うし、
そうだよね。特に愛ちゃんほら、モンタナにいてさ、どちらかというと、周りの振動がそこまで、音もね、そこまで言うほど、都会にいる人に比べたらないと思うんだよね。
うんうん
ね、だからなんか今日、愛ちゃんに実はこれからセッティング見てもらったら分かるように、今日ね、振動、音をね、こう私たちに伝えてくださることをしてくださると思うんですけど、なんかそこの澄んだエネルギーの場所からね、届けてくださる音を、私は今日は、実はすごく楽しみにしていて、で、質問が終わってないので先に質問に移りますね。で、そこで、愛ちゃんにとって祈りってどんなものですか？
祈りね。なんか、祈り、なんか私にとってはやっぱり音なんだよね。なんかこう、音を出すときになんかそれを届けてるっていう感じがして、音っていうのはやっぱりさっきあけみさんが言ってたみたいに周波数っていう意味で、聞こえてるものも聞こえてないものも含めて、やっぱり感知する感覚で、その意図とか気持ちっていうのが、こう、伝わっていく。だから強く思うことだよね。心の底から。なんか魂の底からこうなってほしいなっていう願い。うん、だから願いとか望みとかで、それがなんか言語にしなくてもいいなって思ってて、なんか思ってるだけでもいいし、なんか、でもそれをなんか表現しようとするっていうことは大切だと思ってて、だからこう、あけみさんがね、この回でやってるみたいに言葉にするとか、音にするとか、なんかちゃんと表現するとか文章に書くっていうこともやっぱり形として思いを伝えることじゃない？なんかそれをなんか明確にして、で、それにやっぱり行動を伴っていくっていうかね、重ね合わせていくっていうところ、につながることだから、やっぱりなんか思いをはっきりさせるっていう意味では祈りっていうのが大切だなって思うんだよね。うん。
素敵です。で、そしたらこれからどんな未来を感じていますか？そしてどんな未来を感じたい？どんな風に未来がなってもらいたいかな？願望がもしもうめちゃくちゃ言えるとしたならば。
そうね。なんかね、みんながほっとしてほしいよね。なんか、
ね、
一瞬でもいいからさ、なんか、いろんなね、本当に、世界ではいろんなことが起こってるじゃない？そういう時に、なんか自己防衛に走ったりとかギーってなるんじゃなくって、なんかちょっとほってした隙に、つながりができたりとか、また仲良くなれたりとか、理解が生まれたりっていうか、なんかだからそのなんかほんの少しの隙間っていうのができて、みんなに心のゆとりができて、なんか人が優しくあれたらいいなっていう、ね、自分も含めてね、なんかそういうゆとりが欲しいなって、そういうゆとりが世界の中で生まれてほしいなって思います。
ありがとうございます。そして、時間が今日あんまりなくて短いんですけど、これから祈りを少し、愛ちゃんの祈りの形で、みんなガイドしてもらいたいと思います。で、
はい。
今のその愛ちゃんが話してくださったその思いも、これからね、愛ちゃんが届けてくださる祈りに、含まれて、そして、広がっていきます。じゃあ、愛ちゃんお願いしてもいいですか？
はい、わかりました。なんか普段だったらちょっとシンギングボールに行きたいところなんですけれども、ちょっと今日、あっちのゴングが呼んでいるので、そちらに行こうかなと思ってるんですけ
はい。
ど。
じゃあちょっと画面を私外れますので、愛ちゃん、じゃあこれからちょっと、よろしくお願いします。
はい、音だけでもいいかな？カメラを動かさなくても。
大丈夫じゃないかな？
うん。で、ちなみにお時間は1、2分でしたっけ？
はい。まあ、1、2分でも、今からだと5分ぐらい大丈夫です。
はい、わかりました。じゃあ、ちょっとだ
私、
け今日奏でたらいいなと思う音を奏でていきますね。もし聞こえにくかったらまたちょっとあけみさん教えてくださいね。 低い音が入ってるかどうかわからないけれども。
入ってますよ。ちゃんと振動がね、伝わってきて。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
はい、もうなんかめちゃくちゃ心に響きました。いやー、愛ちゃんまたよろしくお願いします。今度もすごく素敵なオープニングでした。本当にありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。お招き。今日は一日皆さん楽しんでください。私も聞けるとこ聞いていきます。
はい。ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
はい。愛ちゃんでした。本当に良かったですよね。さあ、OK。So、次はですね、実は英語で、今度は、お話をしていきますので、これから少し英語でね、インタビューしたいと思います。で、ちょっとなんかまだ私余韻が残っててドキドキしてるんですけど。Okay, so our next guest is a special guest from China. And I am going to sort of introduce her. So she's a really good friend of mine. And you would absolutely love her energy. And so let's invite her on stage. じゃあ、今からじゃあ皆さん、今度、また、字幕つけて動画をアップしますので、まあ、聞けたら聞いてください。で、よかったらね、なんか Google 翻訳か何かをこう、音に近づけてると内容が読めるかもしれない、聞けるかもしれない、読めるかもしれないので、ぜひ使ってください。Okay, let's welcome Lena Chai.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, Akemi. Yeah, so
Hi.
happy to be here.
And thank you for joining today.
Yeah, I'm so glad to join. I'm so happy to have this event. Thank you for hosting it. It's a great idea.
Yeah, so it was a very sudden invitation, but thank you for accepting. And there is actually an intention around this sudden invitation because I didn't want you to think over what you're going to be talking, because I wanted to actually allow everyone to see your authentic side. Yes, and
So
I
there's,
know you are.
I know, inside.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself a little bit so that
Yeah,
some people may not know you? So
sure. Hi, everyone. So I'm Lena. I'm from China. So I'm currently living in China. So I've been with Theta Healing for 7 years, I think, 7 or maybe 8 years. Yeah, I've been learning Theta Healing for a long time. And also I'm a certificate of science instructor. Yeah, I'm going to Montana this summer. So continue the journey of DNA 44 instructor and other new classes. So I'm basically a big fan of Theta Healing. But at the same time, I'm actually coming from Shanghai and I'm living in Shanghai. So I'm like a full-time teacher, and also I am also into creativity, like feminine energy and dancing. Do you need to do translation, or I can just continue?
no, we're just gonna do this in English, so no worries. We're gonna have Japanese caption later on, so it's okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I am like how do I say? I have created some of the curriculum or some workshop about the kids, like how to help the kids to prevent they have depression or bipolar. There's some kind of like emotion problem to help the family to be better. Yeah, and also I'm very glad last year I've been awarded to be the leading education person leader in China for education. Yeah, and recently I've actually also doing some work about some kids and the family it's basically is to help the family and the kids to recognize their emotion, so can bring the harmony into the family household, and the work is being recognized. Yeah, and also I'm working on my own feminine energy class, so it's being certified in China and in Hong Kong, so which is good. I'm very glad. I'm so happy to promote it all and to help women to stand on their own power.
Wow. So you're actually working with children and working with women? Is that and family, I guess.
Yeah, but it's also like with animals. I'm also very interested to work with animals as well. I have a dog. He's a Schnauzer, and he's a mini Schnauzer, but he's very smart. He's basically also a healer. He's healing other dogs and also healing people. Like when students come to the class and the dog is around, then he will give them some reading or suggestion, and it's pretty impressive for some of the students who come. Yeah, and I also want to do something with the dogs and animals so we can know animals better. We can heal, I try to heal their disease or their emotion problems. So to bring a bridge of human and animals, that we can know each other. It's not like, oh, you're animal, you're lower than me, this type of perspective, but more into a respective way to see who is animal and what they are, what they want, and then we can really communicate.
Wow, I can feel the love for how you're really considering about the living what do you say, beings on the planet.
Mhm.
I totally agree because I do work with animals. Actually, I am a hunter, so sometimes people think like I'm going against the loving animals, but actually there is another way to really interact with animals, is because sometimes, we have this balance, and I'm really into the balance of things. And so
Mm.
I think but it all comes to how human beings are interacting with the world. So yeah.
Mm.
So since you have mentioned about how you want to, work with things and work with living creatures and people and beings, so my question for today is, what is your prayer for the world right now?
Yeah, this is the topic, right? And I feel like I'm so grateful for you to bring this together, because I actually want to participate or join or doing something for that. Because right now the world is really in a mess. It's like the war, and then after watching the news, like even the name of the defense system has been changing to a war department. So there's a lot of things. It's about conflict, and getting what I want, and that is against what you want. So people have to fight each other. This type
Mm,
of group energy. So yeah, really wants to bring more peace. But by bring more peace into the world, it comes to looking at, do I have peace in myself? Because it all comes within. So if a person is more like dominating or controlling, that's like I can do anything because I'm in my position, I'm entitled to do all of that, then there are probably more wars happening, because it would not bring peace. The real peace is by respect each other. Like you see who you are, and I see what I am, and then we can bring this on the table, and then we can communicate and talk, at least in the being heard or being respected.
mm,
Then that's probably in a better place that we can continue with the world. Because apparently this world is kind of like, it's not going to the place where I wish to. Yeah.
mm,
So, and also now is a globalization, and everybody can travel so easily. So I'm sure that people in Middle East is kind of like also influence. And also I know some of the overseas Chinese in US, they also have an influence. So they trying to move back to China or Hong Kong or somewhere. So this have a big change in people's mindset and how they choose to live, how they want to move or commute. And yeah, but I wouldn't say it's bad. It's probably, it has happened as they are. But I hope we can have a more smooth way to change how people live, how they move. And definitely there are some good things about this conflict coming in the world. People is more conscious about what their choice are, instead of like going to the mainstream, which is
mm,
good, that you go more into within and to find out who you are, what you want. And at the same time that people is taking more risk, because you need to be more accountable of what your choice is, and that's going to unknown. And I think a lot of people have been experienced that recently, that the life has changed a lot, and the whole world is really like upside down.
mm,
I do hope that humanity have this time, we have this capacity, and we have the ability to move with this challenge or struggles, and then yeah, we can help each other.
Okay, so you said, so we're actually going through some sort of a struggle, things are upside down. So what do you feel humanity mostly needs to remember at this moment?
That's a good question. I think it's to remember that we are not different. Even though we speak different language, we look different. We come different country. We hold different passport. Maybe they have different privilege when you travel, or the human rights, but we are still the same. in the end, we are all human, and we share the same emotion. We share the same needs, wants. In the end, I think human still wants to be in peace. They want to have better life, like everybody does. You're like, oh, you have a better job, or you get more pay, but still, it is by the peace, is to emphasize peace, this virtue that's so important. Because without peace, you cannot have better pay. You cannot have a good job because you don't even have security. How can you have that on top of it? Yeah, so that's the baseline. And then also, if there is so much wars, that a culture or a country cannot develop well. They for sure will have setback. They have to go back to certain time. If from the perspective of the humanity that we are all together, yeah. So we need to encourage each other and to encourage ourselves that we can move forward instead of to experience the wars or the struggles, and suffering, which is unnecessary.
I guess from listening to you, encouraging each other is going to be a key for peace. And that sounds so awesome. Yeah. So since this event for today, we are talking about prayers. So what does prayer mean to you?
Prayer is like it's like, okay, when in a class that we need to do prayer, so we go connect to the creator and then we do the praying. So prayer for me is not to certain gods, it's mostly to creator. That is all that it is, and that's within everybody, and it's moving everything. So it's by knowing something that we cannot control, and then we release this control to the creator. And by giving this prayer, like to give the best wishes to creator, like the higher power. Or it doesn't matter if you believe there is a creator or not. If you believe there is a higher power, then there is something that you know what you can do and what you cannot do, and then you know your praying has been heard, which I firmly believe praying is being heard. So praying is like, it sounds like very secretive, but for me, it's like I just need to talk to creator, and I need to communicate. Sometimes I need to get some guidance. And when the things gets very complicated or difficult, then definitely is prayer for me. Some form is manifest, maybe. Like I just put the wishes out there, and I know it will happen. It just takes some time, or maybe it doesn't. It just comes instantly.
Since I know you, I think you do pray a lot because you really talk with the creator and you really have your wishes. And a lot of times your wishes do come, through, and you do listen. So yeah, I totally understand how a prayer can be for you. And I'm sure the message that you have is very powerful because of the prayer that you have been practicing is very like real, like it really comes into the reality. Yeah. So since you are really good at praying and with the prayers, what kind of future do you feel is possible? And what kind of a future would you like to see?
Before that question, I would like to add,
Okay.
last time I came to Japan and I was joining Akimi host a instructor class for Theta Healing. And I remember all the Japanese, they gather together to sing as a prayer, to give out a singing, which is like so pure. That is so wonderful. It's like touching the heart of everybody, no matter where you're coming from. And so I feel like the prayer, sometimes a group of people together, they have so much pure intention and they hold so much hope and love together. It was really touching. Yeah, I still remember that moment. I was like, oh, it's like crying.
Aww.
Mm.
That is, thank you, because that means a lot. Because the Japanese language itself actually has a meaning of the sound, and it is a prayer itself. So you actually picked up pretty cool. That is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what kind of a future would you like to see? So let me.
Mm,
Yeah. What
mm,
kind of a future would you like to see?
mm. Yeah, thank you for all the positive questions because the world is really have lots of fear, and I do think this kind of environment is needs to be supported. Yeah, needs to be endorsed, and people really need to hear a lot of positive things and
Mm-hmm.
idealism. I see the future is really like magical, like idealism. Maybe a lot of people don't agree. They think they're living their reality, they have to suffer. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I hold there is magic, there is hope, there is idealism, and we can bring that in. Um, for me, it feels like everybody can live in peace, and then we can all be wealthy. Of course, that's good. And then we don't need to worry about money, and we can do the things we truly want to do from our heart. And so everybody knows who they are. They probably need to find who they are for a while because it's not so easy in this type of environment. But finally, if you go seek, and you will find. And when you find it, it's there, and your whole reality will shift. Your whole reality will shift according to who you truly want to be, without affecting by others' voice or other people's opinions. And that's the powerful power you coming back, and you can live that every day in your life, even though you can do something like really different
Mm.
for people to see right now, like, oh, I'm not like working, I'm not like doing the things I'm supposed to do, but you do lots of creativity or innovation, and that is cool. Yeah, even though that people would say like traveling, I'm actually a big traveler. I'm having a huge enthusiastic to travel. Yeah, I've been to I think 47 different countries and places. Um, and so it's by going to different culture and countries, and we can experience the different energy, different culture and their perspective. And by doing so, it can really bring a lot of peace coming too, because you understand where they're coming from, what they have been go through. And by traveling, we can. So I'm actually doing some retreat. I'm also planning to do more retreat worldwide and in China. Yeah, those like fun activities or recreation can bring you lots of high vibration and can bring you lots of healing. And you find who you are when you're traveling. You pick up some part of you that feels distant, but then you think, oh, that's in me because I have it. Yeah,
Mm.
because we're a healer, we know there is past life, so you can pick up a lot of like different knowledge of different part of you through the traveling, have fun, joy, and luxury. That is very nice. Yeah, so I feel like in the future that people can enjoy that luxury. The luxury is not just like a luxury, but it's like time to time your lifestyle that people can,
Mm.
and because you already love yourself into this level, and then so you can live in that. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Um, like when you travel, you get to go to somewhere that is actually does have a different vibration than you're sort of used to, but then because of that, you get to actually feel and experience that difference, which actually allows you to recognize who you are because
Mm,
the vibration sort of gives you that awareness of who you are. And yeah, and so okay, that's why you travel a lot, and the more you travel, you become more shiny and beautiful. It's because you're picking up all your little things and particles of your other or your full self. So that makes so much sense. Oh gosh, okay. Amazing, guys, everyone, travel. And then you get to all shiny and beautiful, but really to accept yourself, knowing the difference, but still understanding that it is not different, which actually I think is a great big sort of like a message for this um, today's interview with you. So, oh, that is so cool. Okay, we really want to keep talking, but I guess it's around time. So, would you like to do a small prayer for us, for the world, or anything that you feel? And it can be some words, it can be anything. It's all up to you. So, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and sort of you can guide us or you can sort of talk a little bit, or it's up to you. But I'm going to put you on stage and have you take over and sort
Okay.
of okay. So
Yeah, thank you.
join.
Yeah, so I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, so if you're ready, you can take some breath, like we can just doing some meditation, and we can send a lot of love and peace to the world. If you're ready for that. But if you are like commute or you're driving, you don't really need to do it. You can do another time. Okay. Yeah, so we can close our eyes and take some breath. You can breathe in, breathe out. And imagine the energy coming from the earth, going through your feet. If you haven't done that, it's okay. You can just follow the meditation guidance, and it's easy. Everybody can do it. Going through your 7 chakras. While it goes to your 7 chakras, it opens up your chakras and then balance them. And go into the top of your head and bring a beautiful ball of light. So you can imagine you are in this ball of light. So imagine you and this ball of light goes up, goes to the sky, go to the universe, and go higher and higher. Go through the golden light, go through the jelly-like substance into the tingling white light. So that is the creation energy. That is all that it is, and that is unconditional love. So in this space, we are all safe. We are protected, and you are being seen as who you are. So we can go higher. Allow yourself to be surrounded by the tingling white light, the unconditional love. And we're going to do the download. And if you say yes, then you can receive. Would you like to know what it feels like to be surrounded by unconditional love? And you know what it feels like to allow unconditional love to heal you and change you into the best of you. And you know what it feels like to surrender without controlling in your life, and you can still do a good job. If you agree, you can say yes. And I will witness this download. And also, when we are in this energy field, so we are all connected. It doesn't matter you watch our live or a recording. It is still there. So we can ask the Creator to send unconditional love and peace, harmony into the places, this whole world where it needs to. And this energy goes to the people who are praying for, the people who are praying for to have peace, to have comfort, to be respected and cared. Let's send them the energy. So while we're doing that, we can witness all the energy goes to different places on earth and to different people. so they can get extra energy and boost into their life. And at the same time, can we do some download to the people who watch it or that we watch later? You know, what feels like to live your life with joy, happiness, with your authenticity, with your true self. And you know what feels like to have peace around you and you emitting peace to the people around you without losing your own power. And you know what feels like to have your own strengths and shine yourself without blending in, to be accepted. And you know what feels like to have your own voice, to embrace your uniqueness, to be who you truly are, and to show and to be living in the world and to inspire others. Can we also download, if you agree, just say yes, or you just comment yes, and you will receive. And you know what it feels like to have limitless abundance, limitless wealth coming to your life. And you know what it feels like without having to struggle, without having to suffer, without having to lose to receive. And let's download, you know, what it feels like to have magic, wonder, peace, and outstanding in you. And also you reflect this energy. And you can receive this energy from the people around you. And you know what it feels like to have self-love, self-compassion, and self-kindness to yourself first, without losing yourself to give out love to others. If you want these downloads, please say yes.
Yes, 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 all the things that you gave us. I think we should go back up to the tingling white light, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the tingling white light, and then get rinsed, and then you can open your eyes.
I just had to come in because it was so beautiful. I got so excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akimi. Yeah, and also one more thing before. We have some like a retreat coming to Egypt next year as well. So if anybody
Wow,
who is interested to go to Egypt to have your soul activation and to bring your intuitive into another level, welcome, welcome to join. And this is
okay,
going to
so
be
whenever
international.
you get the link ready, can you share it with me so that I can actually I can add it to your YouTube?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
because I'm
sure.
going to be setting all of this so that everybody can go and watch whatever they want to. So
Yeah.
okay, and then we'll actually add how to contact Lena. So whenever you want the information or whenever you want to connect with her beautiful energy, you know, you have
Thank you.
her information. Well,
Yeah.
Lena, thank you so much for today.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Akimi. I'm so glad we joined here. Yeah.
And I'm
Bye.
sure I am going to see you pretty soon again. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, 皆さん、Thank you so much, everyone. And Lena, thank you so much. レナ、ありがとうございます。ちょっと今ね、レナの、お話の内容を少し日本語で見てくださってる方もいると思うので、シェアしたいと思います。彼女ね、旅するのが好きで、やっぱりこの旅をしながら、最後の部分だけなんですけど、違いから、やっぱり自分を知ることとか、あと、やっぱりその、自分を知るっていうだけじゃなくって、結局最後は人類一緒だから、 みんな一緒なんだよねっていう感情も同じように感じてるし、同じように生きてるんだよねっていうことが、最後にやっぱりつながりっていうところが私ちょっと印象的だったんですよね。そして彼女の祈りの中には、やっぱり制限のないっていう言葉が出てきたんで、愛ちゃんと共通して、やっぱ私たちちょっとギチギチになってるところを、やっぱり枠をちょっと外して制限ないっていうことをね、して生きていきたいよねっていうこと。ね、そのことをまた、ちょっと噛み締めながら、いろいろと、お話を聞かせていただき、本当に嬉しかったと思います。そして、皆さん、また、日本語で、今の内容を見たい方は、もう本当にできるだけ早く字幕をつけて、皆さんに、彼女のお話をお届けしたいと思います。めちゃくちゃ密な話で内容濃かったんで、むせるぐらいよ。はい。ぜひ皆さんに早くお届けしたいなと思います。はい。それではもうすぐしたら次の方がお越しです。少し早いんですけれども、また、皆さんに新たな方をご紹介したいと思います。ここからまた、英語になりますので、今先に、その彼女の紹介を日本語でさせていただき、また皆さん、ぜひ YouTube で後で楽しみにしておいてくださいね。ドイツから参加していただくリンダさんです。私は彼女に、DNA4 のクラスの時に、ドイツじゃない、スイスで出会いました。でね、もう本当に彼女のこの軽やかで明るい性格と、なんだけどすごくこう細やかなところがなんか心打たれて、後で彼女に英語で話すんですけど、それで今日はね、彼女を呼んで皆さんに祈りについてちょっとお話ししてもらいたいなと思ってお呼びいたしました。で、今一度、一回ここで、オープニングを流しますので、そこからまた始めていきたいと思います。じゃあちょっと一度、オープニング音楽をまたカウントダウンをね、かけさせていただきたいと思います。じゃあちょっと、いきます。Okay, hello, Linda.
Good morning or good afternoon to Asia.
Yes, it's actually 3:30 p.m. So what time is it for you now?
It's 8:30 in the morning in Germany. So we're
good
starting the day.
So how's your day?
So far, it's been pretty good, pretty nice. So I woke up with a lot of excitement for our adventure that we're here on today. So thank you for the invitation and thank you for having me and starting the day in the most beautiful way together.
Yay. So I just did introduce you a little bit in Japanese. I actually shared why I invited you here today and also how I met you. So we actually met each other in Switzerland, and it was our first time meeting with each other. So what I really wanted to share with the audience today is the energy that you hold. It is very so I can feel that you do have this gentle energy, but yet it is very powerful. And I really like how your energy sort of it's like it sort of sinks into you when you're when you're like standing next to you when I'm talking to you. It's just this beautiful energy. So I wanted to really hear what you will talk about prayers, because I believe that the presence itself is a prayer, each one of us. So I would love to hear what you have to say today. But first, before we begin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Thank you. I am Linda, as you already said, and I'm living in Germany in the northern part, in a city called Hamburg. Maybe our our people who are watching us have been there already, or maybe you should put it on your bucket list because it's a very beautiful city near the sea. So I love living here for it's been 14 years already. So I connected with the city, and I'm living here not alone with my 7 turtles. They are in the background. So if you hear some noise, it could be one of them who want to contribute as well. And I started my theta journey in 2020. So yeah, I'm on this beautiful journey for nearly 6 years now, and I actually did not have any plans to share it with the world. I just wanted to do it for myself, and I know a lot of people who start that way. But then, yeah, life happened, and I decided to start as a theta healing teacher, and I really, really love to connect on this base with other people and with other cultures, with other nations. So this is why I really, really enjoyed the time in Switzerland we spent together, where people from all around the world came together and connected and shared their stories. So it was something that is still very, very deeply rooted in my heart. Yes.
Wow, beautiful. So I have a couple of questions before we go into the questions.
Yes.
You just mentioned turtles. You have 7 turtles?
Yes, I do.
How big are the turtles?
So the smallest one is like this big, so it's not that big, but the biggest one is like this. So the women are a little bit bigger than the men and the
Oh,
turtle were.
women are a
Mhm.
little bigger than the men. Love that.
Mhm. And when you were asking the question, there was one of them just coming onto my foot, because one is running around free at the moment, and it was saying hi. So it was perfect timing.
What type of turtle? I have to
So
ask.
they are Russian land turtles, and one is a swimming one. So I don't know the English name for it. I think I have to look it up, but one is swimming and the others are living on land.
Oh, wow. So
Mhm.
you don't have like one type, 7 of one type. It's
No,
different types.
it's different. So if you give me a sec, I will just
I'm gonna ask
get
you, can
one
you
so
pick
I
one
can.
up? Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
So he is always like wants to say hi. So say hi to Otto. This is
Oh
one of
God,
the male ones.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he's
gosh.
already about 60 years old, so he's an old man already, but very adventurous still. Mhm.
Wow. I know turtles have long life, but I
Yeah,
thought the big ones do, but I didn't know that the small ones have long life
mhm,
too.
they
Wow,
do.
amazing.
Mhm.
Actually, I have to share this. I used to have turtles.
Oh, really?
And they
So this is why we
removed.
connect.
Yeah, but they were American green turtles, and
Mhm.
actually, they were like the biggest one was that big, and the smallest one was around
Oh,
that size.
cute.
But the small ones could walk around in the house, but the big ones were walking around. So I think we
Mhm.
have a connection there, which is so cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, actually, I
So
had them for 10 years.
yeah, and I at the moment I remember the English name for the swimming one, so it's a red ear slider. I think
Ah,
this is the right name for him. Yeah.
oh God. Okay, so now you have to send me pictures of your turtles
I
because
will.
I really love turtles. I like
Mhm.
frogs, and then the next one are turtles. So
Okay.
yay. Okay, we have something in common. So see, overseas, but we actually
Mhm.
have things in common.
Mhm.
So beautiful. Okay, so yeah, so let's go into the topic. So the
Mhm.
first question I have for you is, what is your prayer for the world right now?
Thank you for this beautiful question. And actually, it fits really well that we just started talking about animals and pets, because my prayer for the world is to overcome separation. That we all connect with our individual sparks and know who we are, of course, but that we find a way to overcome separation. And there was this beautiful story that just happened in Germany, and I would love to share it with you, because I don't know if you heard about it, but there was this stranded whale. So we had a stranded whale on our coast, and it was stranded for more than 4 weeks, I think. So it could swim again, and then it stranded again. I think it stranded 5 or 6 times. And of course, people wanted to help this whale. and a lot of people who have already worked with whales came and wanted to help, and it did not quite work out. So the people started bashing. They started bashing each other and said, "Well, it's your fault. You're not good enough. You don't have the experience." So they were bashing and finger pointing, and it took a long time. And then at some point, the government said, well, we just leave him there. He will not survive. So just leave him die, and we do not do anything. And then two people with the resources they had, and decided, well, we want to do something for the whale. And they gathered the people, and they gathered a lot of individuals again who had their strong characteristics. And in the first days and weeks, it was a mess. So they could not work together, and it was not working out. And the whale was still waiting for his journey to go on. And then in the last 2 weeks, wonder happened. So they could accept everybody's characteristics, and they could set a goal what they want to reach, and all wanted to reach the same goal and save this whale. And so they said, well, it's not about me, it's about co-creation, it's about overcoming the separation. And then 2 days ago, a wonder took place, and the plan they made worked out, and the whale could be put into a barge, and now he's actually traveling with this 50-meter long barge over the sea to his home sea, and he will arrive in 2 days, I think. And this is such a beautiful example where people overcame the separation, had the same goal, connected on some level, and could make wonder and magic happen. And this is such a beautiful example for this, how it should be actually in every area of life.
That is beautiful. I'm glad that the whale went to your sea, by the way. Just because the world has different, ways of seeing things. Wow. So overcoming separation and co-creating together. That's beautiful, with a goal. And so, okay, let me dive into the next question, because what do you feel humanity most needs to remember? So that was like a strong message. So it sort of goes into the next question. Yeah. What do you think humanity needs to remember?
Yes, and what I think humanity should remember is that we are here to play, that we are not here to fight or to having elbows against each other, but that we are here to play, that we are here to find out who we are and who we really are, not masks, but who we really are, and how we can use this knowing and this knowledge of our authentic self to contribute, without playing roles, without just suffering the whole times, without fighting for some things, but that we are connected with each other and with our own spark, and know how we want to live this life on this beautiful planet, and how we want to create our adventure, and how we want to use our resources that we came with, so that everybody can be on the spot he or she is supposed to be and can contribute the most, but also having the most fun doing that. So this is actually what, in my opinion, humanity should remember. And also that it is never too late. So actually, in my world, it is like every time you wake up, it is a new little life. So every day, every moment you create is a new little life, and you can decide new, and you can change things, you can recreate things that do not feel right anymore, that do not contribute to your health or to your well-being or whatever area of life, but that you remember that you can choose new, and that it is easy, if you allow it, that things are changing in a fast way.
Wow. I like the idea. We are all here to find out who we are, but not to, because we're sort of like, whenever something happens and we're not really enjoying the moment, it's more like we're not trying to understand or see who we are. It's more about what's happening to you, and everything goes into an outside source. And we sort of forget that we ourselves are there in that present moment. So I love that. And then in the morning when you wake up, the new little life coming in. That is so your little new life has just begun. It's 8:30 a.m. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's why you look so refreshed and everything. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Curious for what the day will bring. So my most loved values are actually curiosity and focus. So the combination of both is very, very powerful for me. So I love to be curious and see what's going on and how I can contribute and what I can learn and what inspires me and how I can share inspiration. And then the next step is focusing on what can I do with all this information? What is my next step? And how can I just bundle the power that I have and that is there to use? And then decide what to do next and how to create this life.
Wow. You know what? I think you just broke down the word kindness into a passage so that people can understand what really kindness is. It's actually what you said. And I love the idea that you actually like to have that curiosity, to be curious in the moment and know what you can, asking yourself what you can do. I met a lady, she was in her 70s, and she was sitting there doing nothing. She was just sitting there. But when she said, "What can I do for you? Is there anything I can do for you?" actually changed my whole entire day. And that's what I felt from you. So this energy is probably, yes, is like the foundation of you and I. It's just so beautiful. So thank you. So for me, prayer is actually your existence. And sometimes, because being present is who you are, is one prayer in a way. But what does prayer mean to you?
For me, prayer is actually setting intentions and decide how I want to feel and what I want to experience, because I did not grow up in any religion or background. I absolutely love that there are religions because they teach us so much about each other, about our own lives, and they teach values and they build a possibility to connect, of course, and to participate and to be part of a group. But I did never have this experience to be part of a special religious group, but I love to learn about it. I love to meet people who practice religions, and I love to meet people who practice prayer in a religious way. But for me, in my life, it is not like I'm talking to another being or to another person or whoever if I pray. It is more like diving deep into my heart space and connect with my spark of creation, so called, and to see what is there and what wants to be experienced, how does it want to be experienced, and who is in the field who wants to play with me, and what can we play together. So this is actually prayer. It's living life with intention.
Oh, wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, I bet lots of people were inspired of how you sort of explained about it, because I've never seen it that way in a way. And it was, okay. I'm losing words at this moment. Okay. So, my last question for the day is, what kind of future do you feel is possible, or what kind of future would you like to see?
So this was a question I was thinking a lot about because I have the feeling that it is just this little effort we all have to do, that we reconnect with our authentic self, that we do not try to be someone else or to live somebody else's life anymore, or that we are playing ego games. It's just this little bit of effort that we are taking the time, leaning back, connecting with who we really are and what we love to do and how we would love to feel. And if we have this clarity about that, so in my mind, there's this beautiful picture unfolding that people have this big energy fields filled with gold and filled with strength and filled with creativity and humor and all these great values, and they are meeting each other and they are connecting on so different levels that they can see the spark of creation of each other, the light of each other, and see, well, let's go a little bit together and create something and experience this planet and enjoy just being here and all the possibilities that there are. And in my opinion, or in the vision I have, everybody is exactly on the place he or she should be, where he or she can unfold all the resources that are there and enjoy unfolding it to contribute in a very beautiful way and to share love, not only share it with others, but also accepting it. So this is, in my opinion, a big thing too, that we have to learn to accept not only love from other beings, but also the love that is around us, from all the other planes of existence, from everything we can see and sense when we are just little bit aware of what is already there, and that we take it and boost it somehow. So actually, maybe to put it in a nutshell, so my vision is to go to bed in a very, very fulfilled way, and to be already look already forward to the next day and be like, I can't wait to create the new day, and then open the eyes the next morning, be full of power, full of health, full of energy, full of love, and then start this new life every day.
That's amazing. So, with all the energy that we shared and all the words, all the images and all the feelings, everything put together, can you sort of give us a moment and send a prayer or do a prayer in any way that you wish for? It's all up to you. It doesn't have to be in any shape, but we would love to actually experience a little prayer from you. Is that okay?
Yes, of course. So let's do it in a little small, tiny meditation. So I would invite you to close your eyes and maybe put a hand on your heart space if you feel comfortable with that. And
I'm
just
going to
take
meditate over.
okay, and take a deep breath through your nose into your belly, and breathe out through your mouth. Let go what does not belong to you anymore. And another one, breathe in through your nose and give your belly a little bit more space than normal. And breathe out through your mouth. And then I would like to invite you to take your journey to your heart space and to connect with this beautiful part of yourself where your spark of creation is waiting for you. And maybe you already connected with it, maybe it's the first time. Just be curious and feel, see, smell what it is like to connect with your spark of creation. And send some love to your own heart space. And thank yourself for everything that you already created on this beautiful planet, in this beautiful body. And maybe you also want to thank yourself for everything that will be created through you, what will be flowing through you while you are breathing through your nose and through your mouth. And may every human being remember their own spark of creation, at what wants to flow through them in the highest and most miraculous way. And breathing, maybe you can sense that this energy of love, of possibility, is growing and traveling through every cell of your body and also in your aura field, and that this field is growing and growing. And that this invitation of love, of inspiration, of creativity, of humor, of curiosity is not only in your field, but also an offer to everybody who you are meeting today, who you are in contact with. And that there's a new way unfolding that you can walk on now, a new way to see yourself as this beautiful being, and a new way of seeing other people in their light and also with their sparks of creation. Yes, breathe into this possibility. And maybe there is something that is opening up for you, what wants to be created today. And you can sense how you are feeling while you are taking those steps. Even if those are small and tiny steps, and you do not know yet where they are leading to. But you can feel this trust to your spark of creation, to your direction, and also this excitement unfolding to really, really create actively. And knowing that you are safe, knowing that every resource is there to be used for this way, for your love and for your life. You can again breathe into your heart space, breathe into your whole system. And imagine that you are growing some roots made out of light into the earth, and take also the love of this planet through your roots to your body, up to your heart, up to your head, and feel held by the planet, by our Mother Earth, while you are still connected to your spark of creation, to the universe, to creator of all that is, whatever your word is. And then feel this refreshment in your cells, ready for the next step, and take a deep breath and open your eyes and come back to us. Okay, and maybe you want to journal something, maybe something show up, what you want to do next or what your next step is, then feel free to just write it down and let it unfold even more.
Wow, thank you so much, Linda. And thank you for the great tip at the end, journaling. Yes, sometimes we're not aware, but when we start journaling, writing down the things that we experience, reconnecting to that moment actually does bring us a lot of realizations and even alignment, because we may have not been able to align at that moment. So thank you so much. And thank you, Linda, for joining us today. It was beautiful. And I will hope to see you soon. And yes, thank you.
Thank you. See you and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi. Okay, so that was Linda. And let me just explain a little bit of a summarize in Japanese so that we can actually sort of share with the people who are from Japan watching us. はい、今のリンダさんの話なんですけれども、ちょっとだけまた彼女の話の中でとても印象的だった部分をシェアさせていただきたいと思います。まず私たち人類ってやっぱり分離を乗り越えるっていうこととても重要だねっていうふうに言ってくださっていて、やっぱ好奇心がすごくいろんなことに関してこう何か変えたいとか思ったり、何か自分の中で発見したりとか想像したりすることの鍵となるんだよねみたいなことを言ってくださっていたこと、そして戦うんじゃなくって遊ぶっていう観点持とうねっていうね。そう、本当に自分が誰なのかっていうことを知ることも、また、こう、例えば朝起きた時に、なんか新しい人生がこうちょっぴり始まったような感覚で、こう、目覚めて、で、好奇心を持って一日を過ごしてみる。ね。で、さっきのレナもそうです。愛ちゃんもそうなんですけど、言ってくれたことの共通点はやっぱり制限がないっていう観点と、もう一つはですね、委ねるっていうふうにレナは言ってました。で、リンダは、小さな一歩でも取ってみて、それがどこに向かっているかわかんないけど、一歩取って歩いてみようねって。で、 それを信頼するっていうことをね、言ってくれていたんです。すっごく素敵なことだなっていうふうに思いました。で、お祈りもね、またすごく美しかったので、皆さんとまたシェアできることをすごく楽しみにしています。で、少し早いんですけれども、次のパナヨティス、もう来てくださっているので、お呼びしていたいと思います。また彼も、私がギリシャで出会ったすごく素敵な方で、もうね、本当にいろんな分野で、本読んだりすること、勉強することが大好きな人なので、歴史のことを学ばれた時代もあったっていうふうに言っていたんですけど、奥様と2人でいつも活動されているんですが、今日はご主人だけ、パンだけでね、来てくださいました。で、皆さんも、何度か私のライブ配信とか見てくださってる方は、彼の話を聞いたことがあると思うんですけど、今日はどんな話をしてくれるんでしょうね。楽しみにしています。Okay, so we're a little early, but I would love to invite Panayotis to be our next speaker. So I am going to be inviting him after we have a little short break with a countdown again, so that we can actually have a little bit of a refreshing moment, and then we're going to dive into the next. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Okay, now I want to invite Panayotis back.
Hi. It's so great.
Joining us with very short notice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting this wonderful event together. And it's, of course, my honor and always with you, always to help around and to give people encouragement and empowerment, of course.
Yes. So the thing is, I wanted to do this without any sort of like notice beforehand, because I didn't want everybody to prepare for what they're going to share, because sometimes when we think too much, we actually sort of become a little too creative. So I wanted the authentic energy of you to come. And so, yeah, it's an intention. Yeah. Okay,
that's the best thing. Yes.
I just shared a little bit about how we met and who you are, but would you like to introduce yourself? It was in Japanese, so you get to do this in English now. So please.
Okay, I'm Panayotis Pan Monachos from Greece. Together with my wife, we are Vaiana's hosts and translators for the last 15 years. And you know, Theta Healing is our life. Theta Healing is what we do. Theta Healing is what changed our lives. And I'm grateful for meeting you, Akemi, and all those wonderful people. And we move forward. We are in a very serious crossroads right now that we can help humanity take the next step.
Yes. Yeah, so we both actually do share this method called Theta Healing, and I'm sure there are other people who are watching, so we sort of need to be able to tell them what it is, and yeah. So other than Theta Healing, I want, if you can you sort of share your background? Because I think people would love to hear where, your background, because I just believe that Theta Healing is a method, but then we actually have our own backgrounds that makes it so unique in why we want to come from you, or why we want to join things that you're doing. So can you share a little bit of that too?
Of course. In short, I studied history when I was young, so I got a perception of the world, how it is formed and how it functions. But I spent more or less 17 years in the corporate world. Meanwhile, I was very curious about the energies, the metaphysics, and how the universe is working. So I had the luck to find my life partner very early, and together we started exploring. We started with Reiki, we did pranic healing, we did EFT, we did hypnosis, Eastern methods, all and many more. I don't need to mention, but our path led us to Theta healing, right? But what I realized through this work with ourselves is that I always had this urge to help people, to be there for people, to help them feel aligned, to feel empowered, and to understand and remember that they are divine in nature. So I'm working with all the techniques I have, and I'm doing many more stuff using also science, neuroscience, and epigenetics, and all this stuff. So yes, the journey is never stops, and I think that we all been through a path that led us to where we are now.
Yes. Yes. So today I really want to sort of see who you are and what you think. So my first question is, what is your prayer for the world right now?
That's a wonderful question, because I think right now my prayer is for this fear energy that runs all the world around to be eliminated. My prayer is that humanity reconnects with the truth that we are not separate from the energy of creation, but not as a concept, but as living experience, to live with that, not only to think about that. And because when we truly feel this connection, fear will begin to dissolve and the control will soften, and we will naturally step into trust. So, my prayer is for the people to remember that they are already connected, and that it is safe to live from that connection every single moment of the day.
Mm-hmm. When you were sharing this, I actually saw this vision, and it actually, oh, I don't know if you can see it. There's like people here, and then the earth, and then the
Yeah,
light
yeah,
with the picture. So when you said we're all connected, but if controlled, soften the control, and then have the trust, we know that we can understand that we're already connected. Actually gave me
exactly.
an idea that even though we think that we're separate and we actually feel like we're going against each other in all of this, or even with the fear, since we're all connected, it is something that you're creating at the very end of things. But we just
Exactly.
don't see it in a way because we are so materialized or individualized. And that was a powerful message. It just sort of got me. Oh yes, we are all
I'm happy. Yeah, we are divine in nature, using living a human experience, and it's the right time to remember that. Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So even though you're doing something to someone, you're basically doing something to yourself at the very end, and by recognizing that, it makes a big difference. So yeah, that's very powerful. Yeah. So by saying that, what do you feel humanity most needs to remember?
What I think that humanity needs to remember is to remember when we were born, we were full of joy, full of miracle, full of wonder. We had everything. We were complete before the layers started forming around us and before the ideas about ourselves formed the beliefs that we have now. So humanity needs to remember that joy, that miracle, that wonder, that trust that everything is going to be all right, because the energy of creation knows exactly what to do. Hmm. If we
Mm-hmm.
allow it, and if we give space to that, and if we permit ourselves to be connected with that.
Yeah, and somehow we feel like we're disconnected or we have to do something to connect,
Yeah,
which we just have to remember. Yeah,
yeah,
that's powerful. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, like when we are born, actually when we are even before we were born, right? When we were conceived. I mean,
Yes.
we were sort of a spark of energy, and then we were just in awe with the happiness and everything coming here. But then all of a sudden, a lot
Yeah.
of beliefs come up and pile up, and then we feel like we're separated. And maybe that is the reason why we're having this human experience and learning and growing. But
Of
at
course.
the same remembering, that is, yeah, you got it.
If I,
Yep.
if I may, I can put to the table a sentence that made a whole difference for me, right?
Yeah.
I have the idea that trauma is not what happened. Trauma is what we believed about ourselves according to what happened. So,
Exactly.
since we believed something, we have the power to believe something different.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that. When you start, like, because we are, healers, we work with people, but I don't know if the word healer is what we are really doing. It's more like
I,
to recognize. It's actually it's my phone. Okay, so
yeah.
it's allowing us to recognize who we are in a sense of an energetic form, but at the same time, we are creating the moment by accepting the things. So basically,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So now it's actually another thing that I wanted to ask, and it's a question that I already sent to you. But see, we're talking about prayers today,
Yeah.
and so because this is something that a human being does, right?
Since the
So
beginning of time.
yeah. So what does prayer mean to you?
That's a really good question. Prayer,
Right?
for me, is not asking Creator to give something.
Uh-huh.
For me, prayer is entering into that state of connection, a space that will allow us to become still, to become present, and allow the Creator to move through us, right?
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
in that state, prayer becomes co creation because we are co creators. And it doesn't need effort, not force, but alignment.
Okay. Alignment. So
Yes,
prayers is a moment of alignment.
exactly.
Wow, that gives me chills. Okay.
That's my
Yeah.
perception, actually, because um, I cannot. I always believed in God because my grandma helped me in that since I was a little kid. But I could not imagine God like an old guy with a beard. I felt the energy. It's the energy that creates all these beautiful things around us. We have intelligence, wisdom, and perfection. So everything is perfect by nature.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So, when I was little, so while growing up, yes, I believed in God, but for some reason, because of the religion that my mom was following, or it came from the family, but the interesting thing was it had all these different names. But
Mhm.
every single time when someone is calling that name or doing something, it just feels like you're tapping into this, or you're sort of allowing that same thing. For me,
Yeah.
it was a thing. I didn't even know that was energy or whatever, but it's just that you have that same feeling inside you, and that feeling is is embracing. It's something
Yes.
that's very assured, but you just don't know what it is. And
Exactly.
but I really wanted to know what it is. So actually, that's the reason why I went to college.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, but the college did not give me the answer. It just gave me descriptions.
Yeah,
But the truth is, Theta Healing actually allowed me to feel it because of the meditation, and then went, ha, that's what I was feeling. And
that,
now I
yeah,
know. Yes, exactly. The same thing with you, the God thing. Yeah.
Exactly, and I don't know if you agree that I've seen all these years, 16 years in Theta Healing, that when people connect and through this meditation, maybe for the first time in their lives, most of them they say, "Oh my God, I feel like home." Yes,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and that's amazing.
Yes, that's amazing. This is beautiful. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's beautiful. So we really want to bring this to the future, actually, from this moment now, because in the past, I mean, in history, a lot of people believe that there was this feeling and connection and the divine and everything, but for some reason now we feel a little bit of a distance sometimes, or maybe we don't know how to, but we do, but we don't, this thing. But for
yeah.
you, what kind of a future do you feel is possible, and what kind of a future would you like to see?
Oh, the future that everything is possible to start with,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking.
So the future that I feel I see possible is to be able to leave our negative ego outside, to leave
Mm,
the useless fear outside, to
mm,
trust that everything is wise, intelligent, and connect to each other instead of fighting and instead of going against each other. Because, fear is it's the opposite of love. So
mhm,
if we tap into love, and the first step for that is to love ourselves, not egotistically, but
mhm.
to love exactly what we are, the virtues we have, the abilities, the traits that we have, everything, to accept them. And in this way, we will be able to accept each other. Because
Mhm,
fear
mhm.
comes because we feel that we are not worthy, that we are not accepted, that someone is more powerful than us, all these things. That's not the reality. The reality is that if we love ourselves, then this planet will be a paradise. One, well, yeah, and if I may, in one crystal layout
Mhm,
exercise,
mhm,
I went to the future and I
mhm,
saw, I mean, a scene on Earth some years ahead. I don't know how many, but some years ahead.
mhm.
I saw a situation on this planet like the Avatar, the movie, the trees, the nature blooming, and people living in peace and collaborating and helping each other and creating the paradise that it is already, but we are destroying it with all these things that we talked about before,
Mhm,
to
mhm.
reconnect with that and reconnect with nature. This is what keeps us outside of alignment. Nature is here to align us.
Yes, nature is here to align us. That's beautiful. But while I
Yeah,
was listening to you, all these things that we think that is from the past, like the Lemurians and all of that, what happens if that's the future and we already have seen it, and we're sort of teaching us, oh, if you do this, this is going to happen, and that's like the scenario in the background, and it's not really something that's going to happen or something that happened. It's just like, a metaphor or something.
yeah,
I might be creating lots of, people thinking, oh, Akemi, what are you saying? But I just had the idea that came into my mind is, we already know how we can be, but we just don't
yeah,
know how to get there. And that's the lesson that we're going through. And we have been doing this over and over, or
over and
even
over.
maybe, yeah, maybe it's our first time and we actually have a memory of the future that we did it over and over. I don't know. But that's not the case, because anything is possible. I love that idea, because that was the answer that I wanted for the question. And I'm like, okay, silly me, what are you going to ask? But I wanted to ask, but for the possibility is actually limitless. But the prayers, so what we have inside us, the image, the things that we think like it's possible, is actually going to help us create, instead of not knowing and not having an image and just being in, some sort of, like you said, negative ego or fear,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, so
Yes.
since
And,
beautiful words, and the imagery that you had for us, I would like to ask if you can do a little prayer for us for
of
today.
course.
And it can be any way. I mean, we're not just stuck with one because this is a interview and we want to know you. So you have the freedom to do whatever. So I am going to actually sort of disappear. So I'm going to give you the stage for a couple of minutes. So feel free and have fun.
Great, great. So I would like you to take a deep breath in and connect with your heart and allow all the burdens, all the fears, all the concerns and the worries melt away. Allow your body to relax and let's focus on our heart and project this energy to the universe and beyond the universe until we reach that energy that creates everything with wisdom, with intelligence, and feel that we are one with this energy because we are created through this energy and runs through us. And let's start a conversation with this energy and let's express our decision, our wish, and our intention for every person on this planet to connect and to be reminded of this energy, that we may feel that we are part of creation and creation is always connected with us on any moment. We ask that we feel it, that we integrate it, that we allow the space inside our mind and our heart for this to be realized in our life every day. And let's take a step further and ask all the fear, all the confusion, all the doubt to be gently released and transformed into clarity, into trust, and to inner peace. And feel this energy happening around you and being part of your existence. And let's ask the Creator, God, the energy that creates everything, to download us, to bring into ourselves the energy of connection, of the feeling that we are being held, that we are protected, that we are co-creators, and the feeling of a deeper, deeper certainty. And feel this certainty. Ah, beautiful. And now take another deep breath in and ask this energy to show you that we can move forward, we can make the difference, and asking the assistance of this energy to let us and assist us in taking the next step as conscious creators in this life with awareness, with presence and love. We are asking to be reminded of our divine nature on any moment in our lives and to be able to see ourselves through the Creator's eyes and see the others through the Creator's eyes so that we can feel that we are all one and we can reconnect with the earth, with the people, and know that through unison, everything can be shifted, everything can be realigned, and create this beautiful, amazing environment around us where we can all live in peace, in harmony and co-creation. And let's thank this energy for being with us, for being in us and around us on any moment, and have the certainty that the best is yet to come. Fantastic.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
And I could see all the people holding hands around and being together and projecting their love inside. It was beautiful. Thank you for having me here
Yes.
and experiencing this.
Thank you so much. Yes, this is going to be on YouTube and it's going to be left in the video. So I'm sure you saw all the people who are going to be watching. And,
Fantastic.
I need to put translation on this so that the Japanese people can actually watch it later. I might do voiceover because everybody has been sharing so much great information. And I think reading and being guided may be a little difficult. So I'm actually getting new thoughts, but I just didn't want to translate for this time. I wanted to be here and me being the one asking you questions. So yes, and thank you so much. It was beautiful. All the insights.
Thank you so much.
And I will see you soon. And of course, if you want to know more about Pan and what he does, I am going to ask him to send me all of his information so that it can be shared on YouTube and the information can be relayed on. And also, you can actually message me and ask me, I want to connect with Pan. Of course you can. So the thing is, holding hands and being together and prayers together is actually very powerful. And yes, and thank you. The co-creation part was beautiful. Thank you so much, Pan.
Thank you. It was great to be with you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
はい、パナヨティスさんでした。ありがとうございました。そして、今、お昼の部はここで、終わりになります。そしてパンのこともね、ちょっと内容、英語だったんで、日本語で少しまた振り返っていこうと思うんですけれども、やはり人は皆自然に神聖な存在なんだよっていう話をね、してくださっていました。で、彼は、シータヒーリングもちろんしているんですけども、その他に、そのニューロサイエンス、エピジェネティクスとかっていうものを駆使してプログラムをね、運営されているんです。すごく素敵で、これもね、日本人の方に体験していただけるように、後々に準備を進めていっているんですけれども、彼の場合、やっぱり小さい時から神っていうものを信じただけでヒゲのあるおじさんじゃなかったんだよねっていう話、私もそうなんですよね。で、だから、それはもう本当にエネルギーで、それをこう初めてシータヒーリングを誘導したときに人に感じてもらったあのエネルギーが、これ知ってるよみたいな感じだったり、こんな感覚、なんかみんな思い出してるような感覚があったんだと思うんですよね。で、それを、やっぱりみんなつながっていて、みんな全部つながっている存在なんだよっていうことを、要は何が起きて、私も言ったんですけども、やっぱり何が起きてても、例えばどこかで誰かが何か自分自身じゃないことに何かが起きてもつながりがあるので、どこかでは私たちはエネルギー的に、つながりの中で感じ取ってるよねって話もしていたんですね。だから分離っていうものは存在しなく、で、愛の反対が恐れだよねっていうことも話してくれていたんですけれども、やっぱりネガティブなエゴだったり、恐れだったりするものが私たちをどんどん分かれている存在なんだっていうふうに認識させていってしまうんですけど、現実としてはみんなでエネルギーのレベルではつながっているんですよね。そのつながっていることと、そして共同創造していること。ここがね、本当に今回の鍵だったと思います。生まれた時は私たちは完全であって、もう喜びがたくさんあって、信頼とね、もうワンダーっていう感覚で、わーっていう感覚を持っていたのに、それがだんだんと、 いろいろと体験していくうちに変わっていったよねって、だからトラウマの話もしてくれていたり、なんで皆さん字幕、もしかすると吹き替えで、瞑想の部分とかも皆さんにお伝えしたいので、吹き替えでもお届けすると思います。まずは字幕でお届けしたいと思います。それでは皆さん、次は午後8時からです。皆さんちょっと一つ休憩をとって、で、そしてまた後ほどお会いしたいと思います。今回見てて、もしくはちらっと見て、めっちゃ良かったやんっていう方いたら、8時からで、8時から、そうですね、今日の夜のスピーカーさんたちをちょっと紹介していこうかと思います。で、ちらっとですよ。ちょっと待ってくださいね。で、まず、20時からは、中山彩子さんです。日本語ですよ、皆さんね。中山彩子さんで。そして8時半からは、奥西ひとみさん、という方です。で、そしてその後に、ターニャ・ケイウッドさんがいらっしゃいます。彼女は今ね、ドバイに在住されている、パレスチナの血を持っている方ですね。で、そして21時半はシャブナンですね。で、彼女は、ロンドンに住んでいるんですけれども、イランの方です。で、そして最後に、グループヒーリングも共にしてくださる、レイナ・スタイバルさんですね。この人たちから祈りについてまた聞いていきたいと思いますので、皆さんぜひお付き合いください。それでは、前半皆さん本当に参加していただきありがとうございました。また引き続き後ほどもよろしくお願いいたしますね。それでは皆さん、Thank you. So I have to share. 実は背景で、私たちのサポートをしてくれているマニフェストマニアのナオンちゃんがね、めちゃくちゃ頑張ってくれています。これ、今シェアしてくださいました。So Japan time, 8 p.m., we are going to restart. The first two people are Japanese, so we actually are going to do the interviews in Japanese. But after that, from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., we have Tanya, and then from Dubai, and also from 9:30 it'll be Shabnam, and then after these two people we will have Reina Steibel, and we will be doing the group healing together. And so please join us. And the last one, the interview is going to be in English, but the group healing part I would be translating consecutively so that everybody can join. So please come and join us around 10, 20 or 30 if you just want to come for the group healing. And of course, we're going to actually ask everybody to put the people who you want to send love or a prayer to. So stay tuned and be ready for it. はい。じゃあ、ですね、20時からの、じゃあ10時からね。だから22時からのグループヒーリングの前にレイナー・スタイバルさんのインタビューがあります。で、その後20時20分ぐらいから22時20分ぐらいですね。からは、グループヒーリングをします。彼女にも残っていただいてするので、その時から、逐次通訳でお届けしていきたいと思います。で、その時に、皆さん、グループヒーリングなので、誰かヒーリングを送りたい人、祈りを送りたい人、もしくはね、こういうことになればいいのっていう皆さんのご意見も聞きながら、そして一緒に祈っていきたいと思います。なんで最後ぜひね、ご参加ください。で、後から振り返って、また動画みんな見て、内容見に行くようでも構いません。じゃあ、もうすぐ4時半になります。前半を終わらせていただきます。それではまた皆さん、後ほど会いましょうね。皆さん4月30日は4時30分です。じゃあ皆さん、また後ほど会いましょう。ありがとうございました。Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you. Actually, it's April 30th, 4:30 at this moment. Bye.